Hello students, today we will talk about cholinergic drugs. Cholinergic agents are the drugs which either directly or indirectly produce the effects similar to those elicited by acetylcholine. The cholinergic neurons, they synthesize, store and release acetylcholine. Now acetylcholine is prepared at the nerve endings by transferring the acetyl group from acetyl-CoA to choline. Now we have the parasympathetic nervous system. So acetylcholine exerts its effect by stimulating this parasympathetic nervous system. It is effective vasodilator. Now the cholinergic effects are achieved in two ways. One is stimulation of the specific receptors. So it can be muscarinic or nicotinic receptors. So these drugs we call them as cholinomimetics, and the you have the enzyme acetylcholinesterase. Now if you inhibit this enzyme, what will happen? This is causing breakdown of acetylcholine. So inhibiting this enzyme will result in accumulation of your acetylcholine. At the site of cholinergic transmission, we call them as anticholinesterases. So the classification of cholinergic drugs, we have cholinomimetics, means those which produce effect similar to acetylcholine as their structure is chemically similar to acetylcholine. So for example, pilocarpine. Now we have two types again here, depending on the receptors which they are acting upon. So it can be muscarinic or it can be nicotinic. Muscarinic will act primarily on the smooth muscles, stimulate the secretory glands, and they are similar to the action of alkaloid muscarine. And nicotinic agents will be stimulating particularly the skeletal muscles and autonomic ganglia, and we call them as nicotinic because their action resembles the action of that of nicotine. We have as anticholinesterases. So as I mentioned, they inhibit the enzyme acetylcholinesterase. So these are indirectly acting, like physostigmine, neostigmine, pyridostigmine. They have been used in the treatment of myasthenia gravis, that is where there is weakness in the muscular system, and secondly atony in the GIT, and also glaucoma, where they help to reduce the intraocular pressure, intraocular tension. One of few of them like Tabunin series are used as nerve gases and insecticides. Let us talk about physostigmine salicylate. This is available as a brand name of Acerine. The chemical name is 1,2,3,3A,8,8A hexahydro 1,3,3A8 trimethyl pyrrolo indole 5-ol methyl carbamate ester. Properties: this is available as faintly yellow crystalline powder or shining crystals, soluble in water, alcohol and chloroform ether. It decomposes in the presence of light, air. Melting point 184. Uses: this is mainly used locally in the eye in the treatment of glaucoma. So it helps to restore the pupil to the normal size following atropine dilatation. It often helps in the evacuation of gas in the bowel and restore the normal bowel movement. Since it is a tertiary amine, it penetrates into the CNS, and due to this property, it is used as antidote in the CNS intoxication by drugs with anti-muscarinic activity, and limited uses in Alzheimer's disease. The dosage for open angle glaucoma, topically, adults 1 drop of 0.5 to 0.25% solution instilled into the eyes 2 to 4 times a day, and oral dosage adults 1 to 2 milligram thrice a day. Parenterally 0.5 to 2 milligram IM or IV. The dosage form available as tablets and injections. Storage in airtight containers protected from light. Let us see the next drug, that is neostigmine bromide. The chemical name is M-hydroxyphenyl trimethyl ammonium bromide, dimethyl carbamate. Neostigmine is white odorless crystalline powder with bitter taste, freely soluble in water, alcohol, and insoluble in ether. The solutions are neutral to litmus, melting point 171 to 176. The solutions are stable and may be sterilized by boiling. Uses of neostigmine are almost similar to those of physostigmine, only differs in that it has greater meiotic activity and fewer and less unpleasant local systemic manifestations, and it has more stability than physostigmine. Also, it is useful in preventing atony of intestinal, skeletal, and bladder musculature, and most important use is in the treatment of myasthenia gravis. The dosage adult for myasthenia gravis 15 mg thrice a day, and for children 7.5 to 15 mg 3 to 4 times a day. The dosage forms are available as tablets 15 mg, and the storage is in airtight containers protected from light. Then we talk about pyridostigmine. Pyridostigmine is 3-hydroxyl 1-methyl pyridinium bromide dimethyl carbamate. This is a white crystalline powder with characteristic odor, bitter taste, freely soluble in water, alcohol, and chloroform. Slightly soluble in hexane, insoluble in ether. The melting point is 154 to 157. Pyridostigmine, the principal use is in the treatment of myasthenia gravis. It is also used as antagonist of neuromuscular blocking agents. Dosage 60 to 120 mg every 3 to 4 hours by oral route. The dosage forms available as tablets 60 mg, injections 5 mg per 2 ml. The storage in airtight containers protected from light. This series is pralidoxim chloride. This is 2,4-mile 1-methyl pyridinium chloride oxim. Now this is available as a white to pale yellow odorless crystalline powder, freely soluble in water, stable in air, melting point 215 to 225. Now this is used in the treatment of poisoning by organophosphate antecholineesterases, because here the oxime group displaces the phosphate or the carbamoyl group of organophosphate antecholineesterases. And pyridostigmine, the drug is a cholinesterase reactivator. The dosage adult IV for rested intoxication 1 to 2 gram in the period of 15 to 30 minutes, and the dosage form is available as tablets 500 mg, and has to be stored in airtight containers.